Hi all, welcome to Sahara IAS. Today in this session, we will be seeing the topic that is problems on ages, or it is also called as age-based questions. So this topic is very important for most of the competitive examinations, including banking, SSC and RRB exams. One or two questions will be there from this topic, and there are very good short tricks that are related to this topic. So first we will see what is the concept behind it. Then we will be seeing how to implement the basic method. Then we will be putting some short tricks for this type of questions. So first let us try to understand what is this problems on ages all about. Suppose if I consider this is 2025, if I consider some person as A and one more person as B, A age let's say is 25 years and B age let's say 28 years. Now after let's say 4 years, after 4 years in 2029, A's age will increase by 4, B's age will also increase by 4. So A's age here will be 29 and B's age here will be 28 plus 4, that is 32 years. Here you can observe two things. One is, okay, let me consider one more person here. C's age, let it be 40 years. Now here his age will be 44 years. So three things you can observe here. One thing is A's age is increasing by 4 years, B's age is also increasing by 4 years, C's age is also increasing by same 4 years. And here A is the youngest one and C is the eldest one. And irrespective of the person being elder or younger, the increase in age is always 4 years from 2025 to 2029, which means the increase or decrease in age will not depend on whether the person is relatively elder or relatively younger. So this is the first point you should note in ages. Second point, if you observe, let's say in 2025, A is 3 years elder to B, and in 2029 also is same 3 years elder to B. And let's consider one more year like 2035. Now the age of A is how much? It will increase by 6 years, and here age of B will also increase by 6 years. So age of A here will be 35 years and age of B here will be 38 years. And even if you observe here, A is still 3 years younger than B, which means the relative age gap between any two persons will not change with respect to changing time. Whether it is 2025 or 2029 or 2035, the age gap between A and B is not changing. It's same for all the persons. Like let's say I am elder to some person, or I am elder to my brother by 3 years. Today also I am elder to my brother by same 3 years. Yesterday also I was elder to my brother by same years. 10 years ago also I was same 3 years elder, and 7 years after also I will be same 3 years 3 years elder. So this is how the age gap will not change. So 2 points you need to remember in problems on ages. One, the increase or decrease in age for any number of people will always be same for given 2 years. And second point is that you take any year, the age gap between the two persons will not change. So these are the two basic concepts that you should be knowing before proceeding to the problems on ages. Now we will try to understand how to implement this concept in the questions, and we will try to solve some simple questions on ages. This is the first question. The question is saying a person's present age is 2/9 of the age of his mother. After 10 years, he will be 4/11 the age of his mother. How old will the mother be before 10 years? So how old will the mother be before 10 years? So this is the question. So some ratio is given here. So what is the question saying? Let's consider present age of man, let me take it as A, and present age of mother, let me take it as M. Now after 10 years, person's age will increase by 10, so his age will be A plus 10, and after 10 years mother's age should also increase by 10, so it will be M plus 10. Now at present, this is the present age of mother and son, and the question is saying at present the man's age is 2/9 the age of his mother, so I can write the equation as A, that is present age of man is 2/9th of m, which is the present age of mother. And second equation is that this is the age of a man, that is the person and the mother after 10 years. And after 10 years, the relationship is given to me as it is 4/11th the age of his mother. So person's age, that is a plus 10, is 4/11th of the mother's age, m plus 10. As we see, after 10 years, both the person's age as well as the mother's age is increasing by 10 years. Now, we can solve this as a simultaneous equation, or we can use the ratio method. One thing what we can do is, a is equal to 2/9m. This can be written as a by m is equal to 2/9. Now, I can use the ratio here, a is to m is equal to 2 is to 9, and I can take a is equal to some 2x and m is equal to 9x, where x is a common variable for a and m. For relating a and m, I am considering s as a common variable. Now, I will be substituting these values here. So, in place of a, I can write it as 2x plus 10 is equal to 4/11 into, in place of m, I can write 9x plus 10. I am just substituting m value as 9x and a value as 2x in the equation. Then I can multiply this 11 to the other side. I will get 22x plus 110 is equal to, multiply this 4 inside the bracket, I will get 36x plus 40. Now 22x take it to this side and 40 take it to this side, I will get 110 minus 40 will be 70 is equal to 36x minus 22x will be 14x. Now if I cancel this in 14 ones are table, 14 5s is 70, so I will be getting the x value as 5. Now let us get back to the question and check what is the question asking for. If we observe here, the question is asking the age of mother 10 years ago. First let us find what is the age of mother. Age of mother, if we observe the ratio, the age of mother is 9x. So we got the value of x as 5. So it will be 9 5s are 45. But this is the present age of mother. As I considered, m here is considered as the present age of mother. So present age of mother according to this equation is 45. But the question is asking the mother's age 10 years ago. So 10 years ago, obviously her age will be 10 less. So answer will be 45 minus 10, which is 35 years. So this is how we will be solving the age based questions using the basic method by solving the equations. However, we can use the ratio method here to get the answer very quickly. The ratio method will be like this. Here, present age of man and mother is 2:9, and after 10 years, that is present plus 10 years, the ratio is 4:11. Now if we observe here, the gap from present to next 10 years, the gap is 2 units, and here also the gap is 2 units, and as we saw before, that age gap should not change, and also the increase or decrease in age for both the person and mother, irrespective of whether it is 10 years or 12 years. In next 12 years, both the age should increase by 12 and 12. In next 10 years, both the age should increase by 10 and 10. So that age gap or the increase in age should always be the same. So it should be 2 units. But if we observe the absolute value, here it is the present, and after 10 years, everyone's age should increase by 10 years. So this 2 units value is indirectly given to me as 10 years. In that way, if I consider the value of 1 unit, if I cancel in 2 ones are table, I will be getting 1 unit value as 5 years. Now let me try to find what is the present age of mother. Present age of mother is, according to ratio, is 9 units. As we got that 1 unit value is 5 years, so 9 units value will be 9 into 5, that is 45 years. But this is the present age of mother, but the question is asking for 10 years ago age, so 10 years ago it will be minus 10, so it will be 35 years. So this is how, without forming the equation, we can directly get the answer for age based questions. And this will take limited number of steps and limited time to solve the questions. But make sure that this gap, whatever is there, should always be same. If it is not same, then we need to make it same, then only we can solve these type of questions. So let us implement this short trick for the next question and try to get the answer. The question is saying the ratio of age of A and B 10 years ago is 3:4, and after 15 years the ratio will be 8:9. Find the ratio of age of A 10 years ago and age of B 10 year hence. Here in age based question, hence simply means after. That is, they are asking the ratio of A's age 10 years ago and ratio of B's age after 10 years. After 10 years means it should always be from present 10 years after. The default reference line or reference timeline should always be present timeline. Now, 10 years ago ratio is given, that is P minus 10. 10 years ago the ratio of A is to B is 3:4, and after 10 years, that is P plus 10, no, after 15 years is given, so it is P plus 15, ratio is given to me as 8:9. So this is the present. Let's consider present year as 2025. 10 years ago it is 2015 and 15 years after it will be 2040. If we observe from 2015 to 2040, everyone's age should increase by 25 years. That is 2015 to 2040, the increase should be 25 years. And if we observe in the ratios, the increase is 5 units here for A and 5 units here for B. So 5 units value in absolute terms, it should be 25 years. So if we have 5 units value as 25 years, then 1 unit value should be equal to 5 years. Now I will apply that here, 3:4. So A and B, A is having 3 units of age, so 3 5s are 15, and B is having 4 units of age, which is 20 years. But as we observe here, this 3:4 is the 10 years ago ratio. So this is A's age 10 years ago and this is B's age 10 years ago. But question is asking for A's age 10 years ago and B's age 10 years later. So let me first consider what is the present age of A. If 10 years ago B's age is 20, then now presently he will be plus 10, which is 30 years. And question is asking for after 10 years. After 10 years again I should add plus 10, because this is the 10 years ago age and this is the present age, and this 40 will be the age of B after 10 years. So this is age of A 10 years ago and this is age of B 10 years after. Question is asking for the ratio between these two numbers. So answer for this question is 15:40. If I cancel this in 5 answer table, I will be getting 3:8. So final answer for this question is 3:8. If you observe, I am not forming any equation for this question. I am directly using the ratios and getting the answers. Hope this is clear to everyone, and this is how we will be applying the ratios in the questions of ages. Now, this is the next type of questions in ages. So the ratio of ages of S and T is 4:7. After 8 years, their ages will be in the ratio 2:3. Find the present age of T. One thing we can observe here, in the previous question and in the previous to previous question, this gap was same. If we observe, this is 2 units here, 2 units here. Here also it is 5 units and 5 units. As I said, the increase in the age should be equal. Increase or decrease in the age should always be equal. It is already equal. But if we see the next question, let us try to solve next question using this method. The present ratio of S:T is given to me as 4:7, and after 8 years, that is present plus 8, ratio is given to me as 2:3. If we observe, here the gap is 2 units, but here the gap is 4 units. The gap is not same. But from the concept we know that the gap should always be same, but here we are not getting the gap same. So what we are supposed to do, before applying the short trick, we should make that gap same, only then we need to apply the short trick. So this is how you will be making the gap same. In this ratio, gap between 2 and 3 is 1 unit. This 1 you will be multiplying it for the first ratio. And the gap between 4 and 7 in the first ratio is 3. This gap you will be multiplying it for the second ratio. Now I will get a modified ratio which is 4:7, and if you multiply 3 throughout, I will be getting 6:9. Now if you observe the gap, here the gap is 2 units and here also the gap is 2 units. As I made the gap equal, now I can apply the short trick, and from present to next 8 years, this is the present ratio, this is after 8 years ratio. Present to next 8 years, everyone's age should increase by 8 years. So this 2 units value is given to me as 8 years. So 1 unit value will be 4 years. Now the question is asking for the present age of T. According to me, the present age of T is 7 units. If 1 unit is 4 years, then 7 units will be 7 into 4, which is 28 years. So which means here, if the gap is already same, then we can, in the ratio, if the gap is already same, we can directly apply the short trick. If at all the gap is not same, We should first make it same, then we should apply the short trick. You will go wrong if you are not making the gap same, and then if you are trying to apply the short trick, we will be going wrong in these type of questions. So this is all about problems on ages, introduction, as well as we have done some basic questions on problems on ages. Thank you.